That was my guitar that just fell. Also, I don't actually play a guitar. I'm not holding this right, am I? Let me just. I have this guitar just chilling in my room, mainly for the aesthetic. This light is blinding me. Hold on. Gotta do something about it. Okay, let's try that.
I don't know, you better stop!
Okay, I think we're ready now.
But you did this for what?
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kelsey. So I don't know if y'all have looked out the window recently, but the world's a little chaotic right now. It's a little crazy out there. Yeah, this whole coronavirus, the world is ending, this pandemic, this is crazy. So I know I posted a little bit about this on Instagram already. I'm an Enneagram 9, wing 1. If you don't know what that is, the type 9 is the peacemaker. And therefore, I hate conflict. I like calm and peace in my life and in the world. And that's not reality, I know, to have peace all the time. And the world just started getting really chaotic, and schools were closing, people were staying home from work, people were dying every day. And I don't know, it just got really overwhelming because my natural response as a 9 is whenever there's chaos in my environment, I want to just shut down to try to avoid it and to try to kind of numb it out and not have to think about it, not have to process the conflict. And I know that's not healthy, but it's something I'm slowly learning to overcome and work through. But I just remember asking God over and over for peace. And I was like, God, why are you letting this happen? Why isn't there peace in the world? Like, please bring peace, please bring peace. And I heard this sermon from Pastor Michael Todd, who's the pastor of Transformation Church in Tulsa. I'll link the sermon down below, but basically he was talking about peace. Like, he was doing a series on the fruits of the Spirit, and he was talking about peace. And I was like, oh, this will be good because I need peace right now because the world is crazy and my life is crazy. So I remember listening to that, and something he said in there I had never thought about before. So he was explaining what peace is, and he said a lot of people think peace is the absence of chaos, but peace is calm in the middle of the storm. I was like, what the heck? I never thought about that before. Here, I'll insert a little clip here of it because I'm not that great at explaining it.
What I thought peace was is what the definition that they put in the dictionary is, which is freedom from disturbance, quiet, and tranquility. It's like when everybody's getting on my nerves, I say, I need peace. A peace for me was like a sunset. It was like something that was near water and something that was beautiful. But then when I started walking with God, I got a new image of what peace looked like. And I don't know if you have this picture, but if you could put that up on the screen, this is what peace looked like. And you say, Pastor Mike, why did you show me a picture of raging water, of rock and pressure and wind and storm in the background? It's because when you zoom into this picture, there's something you probably can't see out there, but there's a bird that's resting in the middle of the storm. Because the peace of God is the thing that is unmovable, unshakable, and it stays in you. And so if you're looking for that type of peace, that's a sunset or a meadow or all that, it's not gonna happen. I came to tell you, and I love this because Jesus tells us. I want everybody to turn in your Bible to John 16, verse 33. And I'm gonna read the second sentence because it says, it just tells us, hey, here on earth, this is Jesus talking, you will have many trials. How many trials? That's a whole bunch of them. You're gonna have many trials at school, with your family, relationships. You're gonna have many trials, and you're gonna have sorrows. But take heart, because I've overcome the world. The only way you can overcome this is if you have residence in the one who's overcome all of it. So he said, I tell you this because I want you to have peace in me. Somebody say peace in Jesus. So Pastor Mike, what are you trying to say? Is God promises peace, not the absence of pressure.
But yeah, when I heard that, that just completely changed my perspective on what it means to have peace. Because all this time I didn't think I could have peace because I was in the midst of chaos. But that's exactly what God created peace to be. He created peace to be calm in the storm, not in the absence of chaos. And I just thought that was really cool. So that being said, I just wanted to give you guys a few tips for how to find peace in the midst of chaos. So the first thing I would say is to make your quiet time with God a priority in your day. You know, and whether that's in the morning whenever you first wake up, or at night before you go to bed, whenever that works for you, just set that as a priority. Because for me, I've found in my past that days that I don't make that a priority, that I get up and I just begin to do other things in my day and I let other things fill my mind. My mind instantly becomes filled with worry and doubt. But those days that I do make my quiet time a priority, it just sets up my entire day, because the things you're reading in God's word and the things he speaks to you whenever you're in that quiet place with him, those are the things, the truths, the strength that you need to get through the entire day. Especially right now, whenever there's so much worry being fed to us on the news and on social media, so much fear. If that's all you focus on, that's gonna ruin your day. Back at the beginning of this whole pandemic, Pastor Stephen Furtick posted a video on his Instagram. And in that video, he talked about how whenever Jesus was walking on the water and he asked Peter to step out and walk on the water, that as long as Peter had his eyes focused on Jesus, he was fine and he wasn't sinking. But the second he took his eyes off Jesus and he started focusing on the chaos around him and the storm around him and the waves and everything that could happen to him, that's whenever he started to sink. That's when he started to lose faith. And it just really, I don't know, I thought it was a great reminder, because that's kind of what that quiet time in the morning is for me, at least. It just sets my eyes on Jesus and helps me realign my heart and my focus with what I know my God is capable of and what I know his promises for me are. Because if I get up first thing in the morning and I just start scrolling through social media looking at how many more people have been affected by this and how many more people have lost their jobs, and if I turn on the news and start seeing, you know, how many more people have died, that is going to set my focus on fear and worry for the entire day, and I'll just be filled with anxiety. But whenever I can set my focus on Jesus instead first, it definitely helps create that peace, because I know first and foremost of what my God is capable of. And so it just kind of helps me focus more on faith than worry. The second thing I would say would just be to create routine. I know you're having to adjust a lot of your daily activities because you're at home and you're quarantined. So there's going to be a lot of things that you have to adjust and that you're not going to be able to do the same. But I would say just do as much as you can the same, because any little bit of consistency, especially if you're somebody like me who thrives on routine and plans and consistency, just setting that schedule of like, this is my time to work, this is my time to relax, and this is whatever, it just helps keep me focused. It helps me feel like my world isn't completely out of control, because I have a little bit of order and a little bit of structure in my day. And I know that's not going to be super helpful for everybody, but that's just a little tip of something that is helping me. Any little bit of consistency from how you usually do things will trigger that calmness and that peace inside of you. So the third thing I would say would just be continue to stay in touch with family and friends. I know right now it's super isolating, and it can be easy just to kind of cut off from everybody and feel alone and feel isolated. But take advantage of this time that you have, this time to talk to friends and maybe family members that you usually don't get to see and you usually don't have time to talk to. You know, FaceTime them, call them up. Just any bit of connection really makes like a huge difference, and it makes you feel not so isolated and not so alone. And just encourage each other and ask how they're doing and check in on people, because you never know, maybe they're feeling alone too, and they just want somebody to check in on them. So do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know, I know these times are super crazy, and it's hard because you don't know how much longer it's gonna go on, and it's so hard to stay inside and to stay away from people. And I know this isn't how you imagined this year going, and it's not what you thought you'd be doing right now. And when it's beautiful outside, it's hard to stay inside, and it's hard to not go visit friends and family. But I would just really encourage you not to waste this time. I know it sucks that we have to be indoors and that we have to be isolated and we have to be away from people, but use this downtime to refresh and to just really rekindle that relationship with God, and to just maybe start working on something that you know He's been asking you to do and you just haven't had time because you've been so busy. I know that goes for me too. Like, there's a lot that I know God has been asking me to do, but I've just kept giving Him the excuse of, I don't have time right now, sorry, I'm too busy doing other things. But now I have nothing but time. I know you still have other responsibilities with work, with school, whatever, but I truly believe this is a time God has given us just to prepare ourselves for the next season. You know, and I know God didn't create this pandemic, but He allowed it to happen. And as hard as that is to really understand why, maybe He did because He wants to spend time with you again. Maybe He's been longing for this relationship with you, and maybe He knew we all needed some downtime, needed a break. I know we all go at non-stop paces all the time, so use this time to just refresh and to rest, to get things done that you don't usually have time for. Hope you guys are staying safe. I'm praying every day that this pandemic ends, and I believe God's going to bring an end to it soon. If any of you guys are feeling just really alone or need somebody to talk to or just need some encouragement, please don't be afraid to DM me. Or if you have my number, text me, whatever. I would love to talk to you. I would love to do whatever I can to encourage you. Hang in there, guys. We're gonna get through this. I know it's really hard, but we serve a God who keeps His word, who keeps His promises, and He's promised us that if we cry out to Him, He will answer. So all I can say is keep praying. Keep praying. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. God is moving. Even though we can't see it, God is moving. And I know He's about to show up and show out. And I can't wait to see. Hope you guys are staying safe. Wash your hands. Use the hand sanitizer. Hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you guys in the next video.